like me. That's right. And it's worth something.
This is Blackwatch with Commanding General Yahanna, the only man to lead blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans.
God made man on this earth. The white man he made man. God made man. God wants man to obey him.
Bringing you real news.
We don't need a black man in the White House. You need a black man in every black house.
For many years, there's a lot of black people who didn't realize how deep the racism of white America was.
You ain't gonna do nothing unless you decide where you gonna stand at with the Most High.
This station is now the ultimate power in the universe.
Righteous solutions to issues plaguing our nation.
Boy, you better wake up and see the power that is within blacks, Latinos, and Native Indians.
Join us every Monday from 9 to 11 p.m. Blackwatch. Let the show begin.
Yeah. Let's get it in, y'all. Monday night, like we always do. ISUPK.com in the building. I'm Commander General Yahanna. I got the heavy hitters in the building with me. General Muhammad, give it up.
The facts presented in this
General Micah Allah, give it up.
resemblance.
General Hazayan, give it up. Officer Taziawan up from Delaware, holding it down for us in the building. With Officer Yadiah, doing it up, man. Officer Abad and the rest of the brothers in the house. Let's get it in. Where are we going first, y'all?
Wakan, sir. Hundreds protest.
I hear a tape playing in the background. Y'all hear it?
Our trial
I don't hear it.
supports such a hateful and gruesome set.
You get it? Yeah, I think you got it. Go ahead, Salakia.
Wakan, sir. Hundreds protest Rittenhouse Acquittal across the United States.
Go ahead.
Law enforcement. Salakia. Sir?
Yeah, I'm here. What about y'all? Good?
You
Say what?
Frozen.
I'm frozen.
You look frozen. Come.
Okay, I see me fine on mine, of course.
All right, you good?
Okay, it seems like we having some kind of slow delay, right?
It looks fine now. I think it's better now. Go ahead, Yadiah. Say it again. Wakan, sir. Hundreds protest Rittenhouse Acquittal across the United States. Sir, as you know, that's the Kyle Rittenhouse cat. He got acquitted. For murdering. He murdered two people, shot one person. Of course, he beat the case. As I watched it, it didn't seem like it could go any other way but that at all. So now he got all, and now he's become a hero to the conservative movement. He was on Tucker Carlson. I think they've raised $250,000 for him already. He'll be this year's new. He'll be, what's that cat name? George Zimmerman. He'll become a hero for the conservative movement right now. And so now he's a big hero, and he beat the case, and everything's wonderful for him. And of course, black people are upset because they know that if he was black, he would have never beat that case.
Ain't no way, no how.
And I think, sir, that's the great frustration, I believe, with believing in politics and being black and Hispanic. Because you have to believe in politics and vote as if it is a religious practice, but yet and still, you know that you are not treated equally in the court system or in politics. And I believe that that's what frustrates, Democratic black people, Republican black people, because they know that this system that they bought into. Salakia, sir?
No, go ahead, Salakia.
You froze.
Hey,
Is he freezing online? See if he's
hey,
freezing
can we check
right now, Joe?
Hey, can we take a quick break and shut all the way down and come back up?
Take a break, please.
Let's shut it all the way down and bring it all the way back up. Could we do that, y'all?
Everyone. Oh shit.
Let everyone know.
Yeah.
We're gonna take a break for one. So, all right.
Man, the Israelite School of UPK and Commander Gen.YAHANNA presents Hebrew Academy Man at the.
That's why I don't know you. I'm not letting nobody sell you crack. You know why? Because I never saw you before. But you a black man.
Yeah. 140 Yeah.
Everybody ain't go for this, man. I'm telling you.
Man, the Israelite School of UPK and Commander Gen.YAHANNA presents Hebrew Academy Man at the 52nd Annual Passover, man. We are an elite group amongst an elite group, man. We the set apart of the set apart. This ain't for everybody, man. Everybody is not required to do the Hebrew Academy. But if you desire to bleed and sweat, man, for these covers, man, if you desire to anguish and pain and all the suffering that it takes to attain this greatness, man, then present yourself worthy at the 52nd Annual Passover, man, hosted by Commander Gen.YAHANNA at the BH Ranch on April 24th at 14149 Player Street in Houston, Texas, man. Shalom.
Everybody ain't go for this, man. I'm telling you.
I'm on the grind. Let's get to it. Double time and believe. You ain't harming me, nigga. I brought a whole army of niggas. So I ain't move with precision. Follow every order given. Let's get to it. Make it race. Get to it. Ain't taking no shit. Get to it. You take a loss, try to bounce back, but you blew it. Let me show you how to do it. Undisputed, I can prove it. One, make it do it. Nigga, ain't nothing to it. Ain't no cows, ain't no excuses. Let's get to it.
You hear the truth that I'm speaking? A lot of people know you probably don't understand.
Everybody ain't built for this, man. I'm telling you.
Am I back?
Okay.
All right, all right. We back in the game. All right, let me finish typing. I'm in here typing like crazy. Big shout out. Can y'all hear me? Can they hear me? We all live? We good?
Okay.
All right. We back up in the game, y'all, man. Big shout out to everybody. Mark gave me a 1. Sounds like I'm up. Big Nate said, clap it up. Big shout out to Tazalaya in the building. You understand? Denisha Jones. Sorry, Olive 100%. Trooper Mawasar 1. Dorcas Yasad, welcome back. Thank you, young man Wood Khan. That's what's up. We in the game. We Tawab Banaya in the game. Hey, real quick, I want to tell everybody, man, y'all get ready, man. We going to Florida. We going to Florida for Passover this year. Y'all check the website. Package deals in play. Yo, we gonna be on the beach, Cocoa Beach. Okay. That's where we're gonna be at this year, Cocoa Beach, man. I can't wait to see fam, us come together. Look, man, we got, man. We got to strengthen each other. Our heart is sincere and pure. Let me tell you something. The ISUPK is a pure place with sincerity and truth, and we about this business, and we love one another. Right, we got the package. We got a package. We got a package we could bring to the Most High. We got a microcosm of a nation, ISUPK, that's in the order to bring it to the Most High. And the proof is when you step out of the body of the UPK, you putting yourself in danger, man. You putting yourself in danger. That shows you the Lord is with the body inside the UPK. Everybody get focused, okay? Everybody get focused. Big shout out to Baba TV, man. Good to hear from you, Warrior, man. I haven't seen you in a little minute. Good to hear from you. Doing good. I hope and everything is good with you. Your God Wop, my man. I want to squeeze you, your God Wop, with hugs, man. All the hard work you do with them garments. Look, we got something, y'all. We got something real. This is not no fake. This is real leaders with real hearts, with real sincerity. We're really about our people. And the Most High, you know, they talking about the plague coming back to rock them again. They talking about the Senate being turned over to the Republicans. We're going to talk about the abortion tonight. They about to clip the abortion. Donald Trump waiting in the wings to bust their ass in 2024. The game is afoot. China is dead on that ass. Come on, fam. Can we get it up in here tonight? It's Monday night. ISUPK. I got the baddest niggas on the planet, okay? I got planetary niggas in here, okay? I got interstellar niggas in here with me tonight. All right? Let's get it in. All right? Go ahead. Let's take it. Let's get back in the game, fam. All right? Let's go. Where are we going with it?
Khan, hundreds protest Rittenhouse acquittal across the United States.
Let me check. Go ahead. Let me let you read a little bit more.
Khan, law enforcement.
I even got my cross the line cup in here tonight. Salakia, go ahead. I brought my. I'm sipping on my cross the line. Go ahead. I'm sorry. I'm out of pocket. Go ahead.
Go good. Law enforcement in Portland declared a riot Friday night as 200 demonstrators protested the acquittal of a teen who killed 2 people and injured another in Wisconsin.
Go ahead, give me a little bit more.
The protesters were breaking windows, throwing objects at police, and talking about burning down a local government building in downtown Portland.
John, they thought they was gonna go off. They didn't really go off on that whole thing, but they was acting like they was about to go off. But here's the thing. Only in America can a beast like that get off after killing 2 people. Shoot and blowing the arm off of a third, and especially a white man, which once again, if I could, in generals, I know y'all about to eat this up, but I got to just say one quick line. Like, once again, how black people better recognize that their leaders are dumber than them. Like, how much more proof does the Most High Power got to give you for you to recognize that these people hate you from the womb and that they are going to mount up so evilly against you? They're going to acquit their people. They're going to let their people free. They are going to coddle their white supremacists and they are going to flip this country totally on its head, and all because you put your support behind Barack Obama and change the way this place is going on. This place is something. Come on, generals. I'm gonna get out your way. Go ahead.
If I could, yeah, like you said, is right. Now, once again, a problem, like you said, is because we're trying to be integrated in this place and be a part of this place. Why their feelings are so hurt. You know what I mean? Like the Bible says in Jeremiah 3:23. Can I get it real fast? Somebody get Jeremiah 3:23. You know what I mean? Like we put our trust in the hills and the mountains. We know that in the Bible is the governments of the other nations. In specific, the governments of our oppressor. We trust in their systems and their way of life and the way they govern us. Well, they just showed us that they only really care about themselves. And this ain't the first time. That cat that killed them people in that church down in South Carolina, they took him out to Burger King right after the murders. You know what I mean? And here, he killed, even though he killed his own kind, they are letting you know they still down with their own people, man. The ones he represented, the ones he was down with, that what are the leftist movement, sir?
The conservative.
The conservatives, who he down with, they let everybody know that we're going to take care of our own kind. And they did it. This kid, listen, they tell you all the time that you can't cross state. You got to watch the gun laws. If you cross state line, if you're supposed to, you can get a charge. This cat illegally took an AR-15 across state lines. Illegally. And then shot and killed 2 people. And shot another one. To let you know that, and they telling you to your face, they take care of their own kind. You know what I mean? And our fault and our problem, when we upset about this here, because you're trying to be down with a society that's not down with you. And the Lord said it to us in them scriptures. Can I get it for me, brother?
That's the point right there. You hitting it right there.
Kind of like we trying to be a part of this society, but they saying, no, you're not part of society. You're not part of us. That book we got, Black Image in a White Mind, is a very, very good book and to speak on that, man. And how you will never, ever be a part of this machine they got going on here called the land of America, man. Even though you got money, got so-called prestige, and making movies, or you're a superstar as far as an athlete, you still ain't part of what's down with them. You're not. And the Lord said it best. The Lord said it best. We better take heed to what the Lord said in the Bible. You got that scripture, brother? Read.
The book of Jeremiah, chapter 3 and verse 23.
Go ahead.
Truly in vain is salvation hoped for from the hills.
When it says vain, vain means nothing. So now you hoping for salvation from the hills, and they're going to say mountains. That's the governments of the other nations, man. In specific, our oppressor. And vain means nothing. So you doing it for nothing. And they showing you in your face, it's nothing. And it's vain. Don't mean nothing. Go ahead.
Colonel Wakan, sir. And from the multitude of mountains.
Go ahead.
Truly in the Lord our God is the salvation of Israel.
Man, you got to understand, the only way people get salvation is by getting back to who you are, man. If you're a so-called Black, Hispanic, Native Indian, you part of the 12 tribes of the nation of Israel. You are God's chosen people, man. You the real Jew of the earth. You are the biblical Hebrew Israelites, man. And the only way you will get salvation is by coming back to the Lord and being who he said to be. That's how it was done. Not by joining these so-called philosophy and doctrines from our oppressor. No, that's not going to work. You know what I mean? It's not going to work. It's only one truth on earth, man. That's found in the I.S.U.P.K. And you better learn how to get back in these classes. Learn who you are and learn how to serve the Lord the right and correct way. That's the only way. It's only hope for our people, man. The only hope. And they showing you to your face. Like it was so blatant when they got, listen, this cat here, he was taking selfies with the judge. When do you ever hear somebody on trial for murder taking a selfie with a judge?
Like they want this, they want the dynamics of this thing to change immediately. They sick and tired of trying to play fair when they really just want to come out and show that we hate Black people, and that's just that. They just want it to be just how they are saying.
And if I could piggyback, was you done, Hans?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
And listen, like how I say, taking selfies. And when have you seen the murderer on trial for murder stand directly behind the judge with no security and nothing? There was a Kyle Rittenhouse standing right behind the judge. Judge was looking the other way. What no other Edomites in the room, the clerk walking past like it ain't nothing. He was
like it was his son.
It was like he was family sitting up there. And remember, during the trial, Matt Gaetz, the Florida congressman, said he want to give him a job as an intern. This is before the verdict. And after the verdict, now other congressmen, they said they fighting over each other, trying to get Kyle Rittenhouse, in an intern in their offices right now after the verdict. So they showing, like how I'm saying, they putting it in your face. And like you saying, General, they putting it in your face. They tired of hiding how they feel about this dynamic with them going down in numbers in America, black people taking over, Kamala Harris, all that. And like you said, it started with Barack Obama. You know what I'm saying? He the one made them think. After him, they said, you know what? We ain't being quiet no more. You understand?
Yes.
We going all out and putting it out there. Like when the congressman taking pictures with white supremacists with the white supremacist sign up, they right next to him. Like, ain't no more, it's like they out the closet now.
Cut on my con. And I sit back and think, of all the charges I know cats have got for illegally carrying a firearm and the years they got for it, they can't get off their record because of that. This can't get off scot-free, and he shot 2 people. You understand? This is
shot
crazy.
3 people. Killed
This
2.
is the apocalypse, sir. This whole evil kingdom.
Con. Like, that shit is crazy. You know what I'm saying? That shit is absolutely crazy.
Sorry, one.
What y'all bringing out is so heavy because the message is loud and clear. Because when he went over there, he was going over there because they were protesting about Jacob Blake, right? I believe it was a brother who was shot in the back 7 times by the police. And so when he went over there and he came over to Kenosha, I'm pretty sure he thought he was going to run into a horde of niggas, but he didn't. He ran into white people that was out there protesting with black people too as well. So it clearly shows, like, the message that's shown is that if he would have went to jail, the message would have been, if you go down there to try to protect property, it's a good chance you'll go to jail. But now it's showing the white people that was out there protesting with black people that it's not profitable protesting with black people, and you just might get yourself killed by doing it. And it's showing the Kyle Rittenhouses all over the United States that go down there, you know what I'm saying, because it's profitable for you to be on the side of the oppressor and not on the side with black people.
Come.
Too deep.
No, you're right. Listen, like it's always been. It ain't no benefit to being a Negro lover. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
With something else. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And also, too, what you said is heavy because they blocked a videotape of him where he made a comment about seeing a protest and seeing us in a protest and saying they should shoot them effing whatever people. Right. You understand? They blocked that from coming out, which means that was his intent from the beginning to go up there and do that. Now, how many cats that's in jail right now for saying something wrong or got a video up and they take it and persecute them for it? Right. But him, he get away with it. And let's not forget the whole reason why they had the protest, because cops shot a black man in the back 7 times.
Right.
You understand? Who didn't have no firearm, no weapon.
Exactly.
That's what started in the first place. And let you know the hypocrisy. And part of, and listen, I'm going to say it again, so if I could. The reason why our people are so upset is because you are trying to integrate with this society. That's why you're so upset.
Thank you.
Your salvation ain't coming from voting or being a Democrat or Republican, being on the conservative or the left or the right, whatever you want to be down with. Your salvation comes from the Lord, man, knowing you are doing what the Lord is doing according to the Bible, man. You understand? That's where it comes from. You understand? And they showing you constantly, every time they put it in your face that you are not one of us and you ain't equal to us.
That's right.
You understand? Don't care what you think. It's like it, sir.
That's right, sir. That's right.
And if I may, General, a brother just got over 6 years for dogfighting.
Damn.
If I may. He just got 6 years for dogfighting because they found dogfighting equipment in his home. 6 years. 6 years. It's like
damn.
It's like.
Meanwhile, this cat murdered 2 Edomites, they own people, and he gets to go home. Like, that's the difference in this empire, man. That's the difference in this empire. Could we now go into the Ahmaud Arbery case?
Come on.
Like if you thought the ISUPK was asleep on what was going on in America, I remember. Listen, I go way back. I remember when y'all treated us like lunatics. General Muhammad, you remember that? General Haas, y'all remember that? Y'all remember when they treated us like absolute lunatics? And now the world that we saw 30 years ago, 25 years, 20 years ago, it's emerged in front of your eyes right now. Okay. And here's the thing. Once again, in Nazi Germany, Adolf Hitler used gangs. He used white supremacist gangs to strong arm the streets where he couldn't get political influence at. And that's exactly, y'all think this is not a strategy. Steve Bannon and them have studied their white supremacist success. These is Mein Kampf, real white supremacists, man. And they've studied this thing. And they've been planning and plotting on this thing since the days of Obama, when they started with the whole birther thing. That was already pre-planned for this revolution you're seeing right now that led them right into the Capitol. That's what's going on. And they marched, and them Nazis did exactly what you see going on right here now. And what these cases are doing, these cases are sending that same signal to Edomites. They sending the signal to Edomites that the police hands are tied, that they want to defund the police. They want to eliminate that law. What's the name of that law where they can't be charged? Is Muhammad in the room with us?
Yes, sir.
Muhammad, what's that law, man?
Liability.
Something similar to that. It's somebody pull that up. I forget the name of it. Anyway, they got all these type of laws. Say again.
Nothing. So nobody said nothing.
Okay. They got all these laws in place, and what's happening is they're doing exactly what happened in Egypt. They're saying, look,
sir.
Go ahead.
Qualified immunity.
Qualified immunity. They repealing qualified immunity in a few states. I think one of the stories that came out this week was how some cop was now being sued that had killed some Jakes. That had killed a brother and had turned off his body cam. He was eligible to be sued now with this qualified immunity getting eliminated. So with all these things, they sending the dog whistle out to regular Edomites and say, y'all got to take to the streets now and do it yourself. By these cases getting acquitted, they are sending a signal to them out there. And of course, black leadership is totally in the dark. And boy, oh boy, I just, if you watch the ISUPK, I beg you for one thing, brothers and sisters. All I beg you for is one thing. I beg you that you just examine the fact that none of your preachers are saying a word. I beg that you see how quiet they are in these cases right now. That's all I ask. If you could just see how they are absolutely useless. They went up in that courthouse and sat up in that courthouse and all of that, and Rittenhouse's ass got free. And I won't be surprised if they don't let Ahmaud Arbery off. I mean, they don't let these three killers off as well. I won't be surprised. Okay, which we're gonna come to their story in a second. But that's the strategy of the Nazis. And once again, we don't see it coming. Y'all got to let me get one scripture. Somebody pull me the scripture where Pharaoh told them to throw our babies in the river. After they couldn't do it through the legal system of abortion, they just decided to throw our babies into the river. Can you pull that for me, Yediah?
Call, sir.
And then we're gonna move on to the Ahmaud Arbery case and the dirty feet.
You got it. Go ahead.
Khan, Exodus chapter 1 and verse 22. And Pharaoh charged all his people, saying,
Go up above that. Go up above that. Go up above it. Salaki, 1 or 2 verses.
Khan, sir. The book of Exodus chapter 1 and verse 20.
Nice and
Therefore, Colonel Khan. Want me to go one more verse above that, sir?
No, go ahead. Go ahead.
Colonel Khan, Exodus chapter 1 and verse 20. Therefore, God dealt well with the midwives.
The midwives would not kill our babies. God dealt well with them. Give me some power. Go ahead. Hit me.
Colonel Khan, sir. And the people multiplied.
And the people multiplied. We stop breaking the Lord's law, brother. We multiply. Right. We stop abortion. We stop getting high. Getting high is a big problem of ours, man. You understand? We stop getting high. We stop doing evil towards one another. We stop worshiping these other gods and these filthy religions that come from every heathen on earth. We stop serving our very lust. And brother, the Lord will increase us tremendously. Go ahead.
Colonel Khan, sir. And waxed very mighty.
And we waxed mighty. We didn't grow just in numbers. We waxed mighty. The plan that has never been used is the plan the Most High gave us, which is the best plan. Go ahead, Op.
Colonel Khan, verse 21. And it came to pass, because the midwives feared God.
Go ahead.
That he made them houses.
Come on. Go ahead. I think I lost y'all. You there, you die?
Khan, verse 22.
Come on.
Khan, in verse 22. And Pharaoh charged all his people.
And
saying,
Pharaoh charged all his people, y'all. Go ahead.
Khan, saying, every son that is born, ye shall cast into the river.
He told all his people to throw our babies into the river. Go ahead.
Khan. And every daughter ye shall save alive.
And let me tell you something, Mark. That's exactly what you see going on here. That's what happened in the Kyle Rittenhouse. That's what happened in the Ahmaud Arbery. That's what happened in the Jacob Blake. He just telling the regular citizens, you take it up now. You take it up. Like what happened in Charlottesville with them white supremacists marching in Charlottesville with them tiki torches at night, talking about you will not replace us. Donald Trump and them white supremacists in the Republican Party are calling for their citizens to bring forth hell down on us. And black leadership is totally asleep.
Come.
Totally asleep. Salakia, go ahead.
That was it on the scripture, sir.
Unless y'all want to hit some more, could we do the Ahmaud Arbery? Muhammad, you had something else in between?
Nah, sir.
Let's do Ahmaud Arbery, man, and the dirty toenails, they said. Please, somebody find that video.
Khan, sir.
And if I can, if I could just finish before you go to Ahmaud Arbery, they try to say a lot of people try to say they think it was because of Kyle Rittenhouse's age, because of his youth. You know, when people looked at him with sad baby eyes because he was young, but that's a damn lie. You understand? Because you remember the Central Park 5 was young as hell, right?
Right.
They went to jail.
Yeah.
You understand?
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah, but there was a difference between the two that everybody knows.
Yeah.
It was that skin color, that white privilege. You understand?
That's it.
That's exactly what it was.
That's all it was. It would have
his name, sir. What's the brother's name?
Went to jail forever.
The one that went to jail and then came out committed suicide. He was over a book bag. This cat got locked up over a book bag. They kept him in because they wanted to give him bail. He couldn't afford a lawyer. They kept him in jail. What is his name? I forget his name, sis. Khalif Browser. Khalif Browser, Brawler. That brother, same thing with him. So it is a difference, man, and we gotta recognize that.
Hell yeah.
Like we said with the Central Park 5 and Khalif Browser, they do it with the courthouses. These unjust cases they putting on us. You know what I mean? All the things they doing to us then on the streets. It's all over with us, like you said. So it's like,
listen, damn right, damn right. Like that shit continues to go on. And once again, the UPK has been so right on it and has waken everybody up. Come on, let's do some more on this Ahmaud Arbery, y'all. Go ahead, you die.
Ahmaud Arbery's mom calls defense attorney's comment about son's appearance beyond rude.
Go ahead.
She said, my son was actually running for his life in that description. I thought that was just flat out just rude.
Like, once again, black people got to still act like this is not full out open white supremacy against them. She got to call it rude instead of what it really is. But they would never say that about a white defendant's toenails. Give me some more of the story. Y'all jump in.
Kind of the one kind. That's that damn Christianity, sir. Like, while
Please.
they mad and distraught and destroyed over the loss of a loved one, but fight to maintain that Christianity, that Christian appearance, and being the spirit of white Jesus. You know what I'm saying? And so that's why she got to be proper and be political. Don't get too angry. Don't let them break you. Don't stoop to their level. You understand? So they can't even go into what it really is because of trying to keep their Christianity alive.
Exactly. And if I could, can I add something else? A citizen's arrest is the evilest thing on the face of the Lord's green earth. And let me tell you why I say that. Because the first of all, a citizen's arrest was the law of citizen's arrest was created during the Civil War. And the reason it was created was because all the men in the South, first of all, it was created in the South. That was a carryover from the South. And it was created in the South because all of the soldiers were fighting the North. All of the men in the South were fighting the North. So they could not have the slave police or the slave patrols that kept roaming patrols that eventually became the police department. They couldn't keep the roving patrols to keep the slaves in order. So what did they do? They passed a law called citizen's arrest. Now, remember, during the time of the Civil War, we were not citizens. We were slaves. That's why the law is called citizen's arrest. Because, in other words, the white people who were citizens could arrest black people who were not citizens. In essence, it gave citizens the power to arrest any black person they wanted or suspected of running away. That's where the citizen's arrest law came from. And that law has been on the books since the 1700s. Since the 1700s, they still giving Edomites license to go run us down and kill us. And can I add one other thing? They try to say that it was a citizen's arrest while they came after Ahmaud Arbery. Let me ask you a question. Somebody going to just talk to somebody, or even for a citizen's arrest, why would he get up into the back of the bed of a pickup truck? The only time they get in the back of the bed of the pickup truck are when they go in to chase down black people.
Yeah,
that's an old school Ku Klux Klan tactic, which is to get in the back of the pickup truck where you can't get to them because they're up in the pickup truck, and where they could fire down on you or fire over the top of the vehicle without shooting through the windshield, or could hit any direction. That's what he did. That old man climbed up in the back of that pickup truck and got ready to get his yeehaw on that brother, man. Go ahead.
And General, they was going to tape it. That's why the other cat was in the back taping it. Like this was a time for them to get, like you said, get their yeehaw on and film it.
Yeah,
I mean, go back and talk about it.
You know what I mean? Go ahead.
Carter will come. Laura Hugh, who is representing Gregory McMichael in the trial over Ahmaud Arbery, said in her closing arguments that the facts of the case presented don't resemble what prosecutors said.
Go ahead.
She said, turning Ahmaud Arbery into a victim after the choices that he made does not reflect the reality of what brought Ahmaud Arbery to Statelli Shores in his khaki shorts with no socks to cover his long, dirty toenails, Hugh said.
Like she was saying to the rest of the white supremacists on that jury, I agree with you. I hate black people, and I know you do too. And it also shows you how they have no empathy for us. And it's a fool that believes that they do.
I have a video, sir.
Please jump in with it.
he can end up creeping into a home that is not his own and running away instead of facing the consequences, acting erratically when approached, and making terrible, unexpected, illogical choices. But a mother's love doesn't fade from that beautiful boy in the ball cap to the young intruder. And sadly, no verdict can change the grief of that future not realized. The hope that he could have turned himself around.
Hey, Ak, if you don't
Because
mind,
all
can
we
you
can
just get to the
guess
part where it talk about his toes?
is that his teenage years were full of promise.
I gotta type that in.
The facts
Yeah,
presented
just
in
pull.
this
Let's
trial
get back to us, y'all. Come on with it.
to the story that the state told you in opening statement.
Hey, can y'all get?
A
Yeah, there you go.
25-year-old
Yeah. Pause that tape, Ak, until you can get to that point, because we're hearing it as well.
after being
All right.
chased and killed.
All right. Anybody else want to chime in on it?
Shows the level of this showed the level of evil they had towards us. Everybody know when you go jogging, especially if you're doing any kind of sports, you ain't got no socks on, your feet gonna sweat. In Georgia, the ground down there's a lot of roads down there that's not well done. So yes, you're gonna run in the grass, you're going in the dirt. Yeah, your legs, the feet gonna get dirty. It's going to, of course. You run in the sweat. That's what happens. It happens when you in the military. It's all so-called military. It's the same thing. That just lets you know the evil they have against us, and they don't hesitate at all to talk evil about us. The pride that they show, the arrogance they show, is tremendous against us. And once again, they only do it because they are emboldened. And why are they emboldened? It lies at the hand of the Christian church. Because y'all ain't do your job in edifying God's people and making them strong for the battle, gives our oppressors what's the word I want to give? Not energy, but the sense of we can say and do whatever we want to them because of who they are, because we have no leaders.
And if I could, the fact that they even make the argument that he was breaking into the house and stealing something is a justification to murder him is in itself ridiculous. It's in itself ridiculous that they would actually act as though he was trying to break into this house. Let's say he was trying to steal something out the house, which of course they didn't find anything on him. But let's say he was. Then that meant you had the right to hunt him down and kill him in 2 pickup trucks. That's the mindset of this beast. And once again, our black leaders, they clueless, man. These clowns are clueless on what is happening to us as a people. And they have no clue on how to stop none of this. And the sad part is we are drugged up, bugged out, and full of carnal lust and are fully under-equipped to handle this situation, to handle what's coming around the corner. Everybody praying to Jesus, but as Christ is returning and bringing the plagues and upsetting this kingdom and shaking this kingdom, you ain't prepared for what's about to happen in the kingdom. You calling on him, but as he coming, you ain't prepared to move how he said to move. Go ahead. Y'all jump in.
Lucky. And it's like the world fighting these devils, with their hands tied, It's like their hands tied behind their back, and they fighting a monster that uses every weapon available. You understand? Like they came up with the non-guilty verdict. They like, well, the system worked. You can't be upset. Even if you disagree, the jury made a decision, and you have to respect that. And like everything is fair. A fair jury made a fair decision. So even though we don't like it, let's just respect it and forget about it. Let's all go home. When this beast is playing dirty, you understand? Half the jury probably was a plant. You understand? And every jury is probably a plant. but we got to accept and swallow everything like, well, they made a decision, so that's that. And, you know, nothing you could do. It worked. They sat and they deliberated. Like that means everything is fair. You understand? And we, because of our Christian hearts, you're right. You know, okay, I'm gonna go at home and forget about it. You understand? But you know, they playing dirty. You know what I mean?
Come. All right. Where we going next? Yeah, y'all want to add some more? General Muhammad, you getting in?
Kind of one kind. Where you at now, you die? Okay. Come.
I'm bringing it up now, sir.
Such a hateful and gruesome set of circumstances. Turning Ahmaud Arbery into a victim after the choices that he made does not reflect the reality of what brought Ahmaud Arbery to Satilla Shores in his khaki shorts with no socks over his long, dirty toenails. There were 2 sets of decisions made on February 23rd.
Like, damn.
Room, you know what I'm saying?
like them no socks. You run around with them no socks. Them no socks say you is a dirty, poor, stinking criminal. Like that's what they think of us. And listen, and if I could, black leadership are pussies because black leadership doesn't have the heart to at least try to fix the situation. Like they just got no fight for this beast. They ain't gonna try to help the Lord's 12 tribes by being at least as bold as they are. Like this woman is in a full-fledged international case. Okay, clearly a racial bias case, and she got no problem calling him having dirty toenails. She got no problem with it. And black leaders, they just don't have the heart to handle this business, man. Salakia, go ahead, y'all.
And listen, General, if they could, it's like,
Go ahead.
Okay, everybody knows Georgia hot as piss down there. And yeah, you can be running in shorts. Everybody running in shorts down in Georgia. So what does him running in shorts with no socks on got to do with anything?
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, everybody knows Georgia hot as piss down there.
Like she trying to say to the rest of the white jury, this dirty nigga. Yeah. That's what she's trying. She's letting them know that this is a dirty nigga. And if you are not to convict these white men based on this dirty nigga.
Yeah.
Can you put a video of him in the on the construction site? That's probably easy to find.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Go ahead, please, Hans.
Y'all want to jump in?
Hans.
Yeah, and okay, Jen, I want to say this. Like when our king said, when he returned, in righteousness does he judge and make war. Like our king sit back saying all this. It's gonna be right when he come here and judge this earth of what they doing to us. They doing things, they continually doing things. They not stopping. They have no remorse for what they do to us. Like you said, to us, we just somebody you can say anything you want about us, and it's okay and it's good. You know what I mean? With no leadership except for the I.S.U.P.K, our men don't have no strength to fight back, nor do they know how to fight back righteously according to the Lord. That's why they're stepping up to the forefront right now.
Hey,
we have all them cats that supposed to went down to Georgia. They went out of all them guns. Remember that, General? Everybody got them all them guns like they so damn tough. Where the hell are they at now?
Listen, let me tell you something. Haas.
Yes, sir.
No, I didn't mean to cut you off, Haas. Salah, you gotta let me in. Listen, Greg Neal's in the chat. Greg Neal said, unbelievable. So no socks is their defense. And let me tell you something. What's so heavy, Greg Neal, with what he said, is that actually is a defense if you understand the mind of a white supremacist.
Yeah.
If you tell a white supremacist in so many words, this is a dirty nigga that deserved to die. He ain't had no socks on. That is a good enough defense to get your clients off. Big shout out to Greg Neal, man. He put it down just so right. Salakia, y'all. I didn't mean to cut in on you, Haas.
No, that's right, sir.
And like General Muhammad said, when she said it, he said he heard a gasp in the courtroom.
Damn.
There were impressors in there like shocked, like, oh, well, that says it all.
God.
Shit, get rid of them, you know.
Damn.
If I could, Commander General Yohanna, here's the video that they also showed.
Please, General.
Ahmaud Arbery on the construction site, he showed up on camera on a construction site, which is what led these Edomites to come down and ask him what he was doing. Just showed Commander General Yohanna him on the site. There you go. And that's what she's referring to. She's referring to this scene of him right here, his cargo shorts and his so-called dirty feet.
Yeah, so why, I wonder, again.
Maybe he took him off. He was at this site a few times. He went to this site a couple of times. She's referring to this video right here.
And listen, if I could, General Muhammad, I ain't saying the brother actually committed no crime or was stealing anything. I have no idea, and so do they. But the idea that black people could be actually charged for trying to survive under the starvation that the empire has put on them is absolutely ridiculous. It's a joke. Go ahead, General, please.
If I could just say one thing, sir, because these stories, they are so the same, and they're all wrapped up in the same cloth. There's another story about this rapper, Young Dolph, who was he was killed this week in Memphis, right?
Right.
And I'm watching the news about his murder, right?
Right.
And there's a woman and the black police chief, and they're so angry because Tennessee passed an open carry law. Tennessee now allows anyone, no matter whether you have a felony or not, to have an open carry. So now the Young Dolph,
I'm gonna buy a house in Tennessee.
Now the Young Dolph was murdered. Black people are coming on the news, including the police chief and the citizens. Normal black folk that live in Tennessee are saying they made a mistake. They should have never passed that law. And they're now protesting that law in Tennessee. And as I watched it, I thought about Ahmaud Arbery. I thought about the little Edomite kid that killed those people. And here's something that black leaders are terrible. And here's something that they'll never tell you. But if I could, I'm going to tell you now so that you can know the real problem with America. The reason that white boy got off is because he did not commit a crime. That was not illegal in America. The reason that Zuckerman, what's his name? Zimmerman. The reason that Zimmerman got off is because that is legal. And we as black people, we look at these things and we know to us they are immoral. We would never do that to white people. If we were in charge, we would rule with compassion and kindness. But these things that you look at with your eyes and go, I can't believe that. That's wrong. That is legal here. George Zimmerman did not commit a crime in America.
Hey, get the sound on that, y'all. Go ahead. Bring it back to him. Y'all there? Bring it back to him. Akim, you there? You there? We froze? If y'all can hear me out there, give me a 1 in the chat room. Can you hear me out there? One, 2, 3, 4. Okay, I think it's back. Salakia, General, I missed it.
No, sir. I was just referencing a precept that you brought out earlier. When you pulled up the precept, how Pharaoh gave an order to drown the black babies.
Right.
To drown Israelite babies.
Right.
That would make drowning an Israelite baby legal.
Right.
You understand? you would look at it and you would go, well, that's terrible. But that was legal. So if you're waiting for the officers of Pharaoh to be convicted of a crime because they're drowning Israelite babies, you're going to be angry and protest in the street. But whoever kills an Israelite baby is not going to jail because it's not a crime. And that is the dilemma in America. You believe you're an American. So you look at things and judge it with your eyes. But your eyes are merciful and kind and generous. And you have a sense of fairness that you're applying to laws in America. While someone that goes to law school goes, let me tell you how simple it is. If they believe that he was robbing that place, if they believe it, then they can stop him to ask him. And if he grabs the gun, they can kill him in defense of themselves. He doesn't have to actually be robbing the place. They just have to have justifiable reason to think he is. And in America, it is legal to kill someone if they think you're breaking into someone's house. Your neighbor could go over there and say, what are you doing in their home? And if he thinks you're a robber, and if you go to attack him, he can kill you in the house. Now, let's say later on you go, oh, that was my cousin. He wasn't breaking in. It's a terrible accident, but he thought you were breaking into his house. It was dark. You had a bag in your hand. You were wearing black clothing and a hoodie. It is legal. In this case with these two, with this Ahmaud Arbery, you better be careful because he's at that construction site. Is he jogging? What if they thought he wasn't jogging? They didn't think he was. And all you need is for that jury or enough of them to go, seems like he might have been robbing the place. I might have made the same mistake. I might have thought he was robbing the place. If they can put themselves in the murderer's shoes and think to themselves, I might have thought he was robbing the place, they're not going to jail.
You're right.
Because America. America has stand your ground laws, open carry laws. America has citizens arrest. America has all kinds of good bystander, good Samaritan laws, where you can go and you see somebody committing a crime, you can go stop them. And so you'll look at those and go, my God, we would never do that. We would never get away with that. And we would never be so cruel. The problem with America is not that white people are getting away with crimes. The problem with America is that these things are not even crimes here. This is legal. Right. This is absolutely legal in America. The problem with America is who's in charge. There is someone in charge that does not make laws for compassion, for kindness,
humanity.
For humanity. Someone is writing laws specifically trying to oppress someone. So then when they don't go to jail, we watch it and go, I can't believe this. Well, you should look at that law because that law, that white boy got off according to the law. That's why he got beat that case. Because that is the law straight up and down in America. He did not commit a crime. He shot someone. They had guns. Everyone had guns, right? So the minute someone pulls a gun on him, the minute he's defending property, he can kill those people because he was in fear of his life. Don't you get tired of hearing that phrase? The minute you're in fear of your life, you can kill someone here. And of course, the law will be sculpted so that everyone is afraid of you. And you're going to see it coming up. Just watch the news in the coming weeks, sir. You're going to hear in Tennessee how we have to stop this law for open carry because it got young Dolph killed. And people are going to say, yes, we should stop it because they don't want to live in a war zone where everyone gets killed. And the minute they pass that law where you cannot open carry, they're going to pull every black person out of his car to see if he has a gun. And then they're going to kill the black people who still carry a gun after they're supposed to stop. And then they're going to say, these laws are unjust. The problem with America is not the verdicts or or the laws. The problem is who is in charge. Right. He cannot make a law that is just because he is a snake. He is an animal. And so if he makes a law, even if you ask for it, Commanding General Yahada, remember the 80s, who was begging for them to be tough on drug dealers, to stop the crack epidemic. Preachers were. Black grandmothers were saying, what are you going to do something about these drug dealers? I can't even walk to the corner store. They're stealing my welfare check. They're hitting me over the head at the first of the month. Black people wanted cops to get tough on drug dealers. Right. Black people wanted it. And then when the cops did it, we said, damn, I didn't know that meant you would kill me. You would shoot me. I thought you would just stop the drug dealers. I didn't know that you were going to use this law, this drug fighting, what's the crime? The crime bill.
Anti-drug law.
Anti-drug law to actually kill grandmothers. They used the law to kill the grandmothers. Why?
Eleanor Bumpers blew her way in her doorway.
And I see it time and time. And you watch in Memphis. Just watch. It's going to happen. They're going to say, we got to get rid of all these guns in Memphis. There's too many guns in Memphis. They're going to shoot the grandmother that said it. The cops are going to kill her, the grandmother that said it, because the problem with America is not verdicts. The problem with America is who is in charge. There needs to be a new leader on this planet. Right. Someone that will create laws and customs and traditions to preserve life, to preserve kindness and decency and families. And until then, you better go study up on your self-defense laws in your state. You better go study up on them, because one day you're going to be the victim of it. Salakia, sir.
Damn right.
And so, if I may, General,
please,
because of who's in charge, when we do the same thing and get before a jury and get sent up for lack of evidence, is the same thing. People who's in charge.
It's legal.
Yeah. God.
It's going to be legal. All that jury has to go is, would I be afraid of Ahmaud Arbery? Yep. Is it reasonable to think I would think he was robbing the place? Okay. Right? Did he have on sneakers and a jogging suit? Yeah. No. Then I would have thought he was robbing the place. I would have stopped him, which means they were justified in stopping him. And if they were justified in stopping him, they were absolutely justified in not letting him take their gun from them to kill them, which means they're getting off. Now, there's one black person on the jury. Maybe he'll stick his ground. But here's also a problem, sir. Some black people are threatened by black people too.
Yeah.
Right? They hate. There are certain black people that are just as afraid of other black people as white people are. And they want you out of the neighborhood too. Yeah. They don't want to live in a neighborhood with niggers. They moved to this neighborhood because there were no niggers, of course, except for the one in the mirror. That's the only one they want. And so they will get on a jury and they will say, he was probably trying to rob people. Let me give you what they'll say. Because they're black, they'll go, I know how these niggas are. He was probably trying to rob somebody. I know these niggas. And they'll convict them. So once again, I mean, you can just protest. You can have your mind blown every time the laws in America work exactly how they're supposed to. Self-defense, stand your ground, being in fear of your life. That is exactly that. George Zimmerman, I knew he was getting off the minute it came up. Because there was no way he was not getting off. He was getting off because it was legal. Not because, some trickery happened, because that's how the thing is designed and written. It's written for this case. It's written for people who are afraid of this person, this scary person over here who seems scary. And it's written so you can kill the scary guy. That's how the thing is written. And when the scary guy gets shot, it's legal. The problem is, of course, we are always the scary guy. That's the problem. So lock you, sir.
Good job, Rod. Good job.
And I thought about it, like when it be like one or two black people on the jury also, like you said, some of them, you know, they are just as scared as black people as the white people is on the jury. And then you got the one that maybe in the beginning they see is wrong, they try to convince them it's wrong, but then with all those oppressors on the jury talking, they start to sympathize, because like you brought out, we are merciful people. They start to sympathize and have compassion, and then start to see what the rest of this jury is talking about. Start to see the thing through their eyes. You know,
well, listen, there was a white judge with the what's the white boy that got off?
Rittenhouse.
There was a white judge on the Kyle Rittenhouse case, and this white judge was singing with Kyle Rittenhouse and being his friend. You know what? That's wrong. We need to fight to get more black judges. Get a black judge, he brushes his hair. That's what the black judge would have done.
That's what she did.
The black judge would have got down off. The black judge that you would have fought for, voted for, protested for, and you would have won. Yes, we got more black judges. That black judge is going to come down off of the stand, hug that white boy, and brush his hair. And then you'll be shocked. You wanted black judges.
Right.
You protest for black judges. This is legal. This is the black judge that you know, you wouldn't have one black judge without protests.
Right.
You wouldn't have one black police officer, one black police chief without hard work from black people trying to strive to get better jobs in America. Those black police chiefs and those judges are going to hug white murderers and brush their hair.
Yeah.
And you're going to say the system is broken. This is the system.
Yep.
It is not broken. This is how it's supposed to work. It's designed like this. Zimmerman was not guilty according to the law. Kyle Rittenhouse not guilty because it was self-defense. And it's an open carry state. He's allowed to walk down the street with that AR-15. He's allowed to do it. It's the law. And then somebody tries to rob something, and as a good citizen, he can intervene. That also is the law. And then he can kill two people who he felt threatened by. The laws in America, here's the sad, scary part. The laws in America are working. They're not broken. This is exactly what they were designed to do, like the law Commander General Yohanna brought up with citizen's arrest. You can't say the citizen's arrest law is something crazy happened. That is the point. So that it can work just like this, so that the regular white boy can be empowered to police his neighborhood. It worked. And this is how it's supposed to work. Now, will you do better in your own kingdom? That's the question. Will you do a better job? Can you get off of drugs enough to say, well, I think I can do a better job than the police, than the judges, than the mayor, than the president? Well, you'll never get that opportunity if you don't repent and turn to Christ.
That's right.
You'll never get a chance to say, I can do a better job than them. I don't like their laws. I don't like what they've done. I believe I can do a better job. Well, how do we get the opportunity if we can't stop smoking? If we can't, guess what else happened this week, sir?
Come on.
In San Francisco, I think 40, Chicago, was it the riot? Was it the Louis Vuitton? One was then it was Chicago. I'm sorry. In Chicago, maybe we can go there next if General Yohanna wants to.
Yeah, we can do that. Go ahead.
In Chicago and in San Francisco, there was a mass looting of the Louis Vuitton store and some other Gucci, fabulous store. And one of them, they got $1 million out of their store. They parked cars in front of the door. If you play the video for Commander General Yohanna. And they ran in that store, brother, with them COVID masks on and got $1 million out of the Louis Vuitton. They stripped Louis neck. You should see it. And then in Chicago, it was another, one of them old famous rich people, Gucci or something like that. They stripped them naked. And then guess what? The black police chief in San Francisco came on the news and said, we're going to pass laws to stop all of this crime. Those laws are going to work. They're going to work. They're not going to be messed up and twisted. They're going to work to protect Louis Vuitton from people that look like me. to make sure the people that look like me don't steal. So then when I walk into Louis Vuitton, what will happen? Who knows? They follow me around the store. And I go, what the hell you following me for? That's the law. They're supposed to be following me around the goddamn store. Go ahead.
Yeah, you're right. It was San Fran and Chicago.
Oh, we can't get the video for it. You need to see the video. The video is what's going to change the laws in San Fran. This happened, I think, yesterday or today or something like that. You read the story. I guess you have to now. Go ahead.
Connor Wakan. Video shows decimated San Francisco Louis Vuitton store after massive smash and grab robbery. Connor Wakan. And 14 people raid Louis Vuitton store in Chicago suburb, grab $120,000 in merchandise.
Go ahead and play it. And then the other one. Get a story for the other one, please, Yadai.
Multiple suspects have been arrested after a Louis Vuitton store in San Francisco was hit by thieves. Social media videos show some of the chaos that unfolded there tonight. Smashed door windows, police and people running in the street.
You have how much money they got? How much merchandise?
Damn. Is that okay? Union Square, San Francisco. That's downtown San Francisco.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
They said on the news it was $1 million out of San Fran.
Damn.
$1 million. Too dark. I can't see.
Yeah, if not, pull them off. Huh? Yeah. Anybody else want to jump in? That's crazy. That's crazy. If I could, just to go back to piggyback on what General Muhammad said, and the problem is the solution is for us to come together under the Most High's laws, statutes, and commandments. Like these laws, like General Muhammad brought out, like we brought out about the whole citizens arrest law. These laws were designed to oppress us. And you trying to participate in the system and trying to force Edomites to have compassion with their laws towards us is a joke. It's a ridiculous joke. What you got to recognize, like you got to see the tea leaves. Where's that scripture at, y'all, where Christ said, where's the one where he says when you know when rain is coming because of the wind? Y'all know which one I'm talking about?
In the Luke, Colonel.
Get me that scripture in Luke right quick. Like we should be able to read the tea leaves, man, so to speak, for lack of a better term. We should be able to read what the hell is going on and begin to start to walk in the direction we're supposed to, which is to serve the Most High, which is to break away from this mindset that we're going to force America to be righteous with us. America will never be righteous with us. What we're supposed to be asking the Lord for is what he's given you, which is these plagues. Like you want punishment on America. That's what you want, laws to change in America. You want justice. You want them to be compassionate and deal with you right. The Lord got to give them punishments, man. Also, get me the scripture where it said that we spoiled the Egyptians. Get me both of those. When you get them, you die. Read them both for me. All right. That's what the hell we should be looking at. You looking to join America and try to make America love you, trying to make America handle their laws with you justly. You understand? That woman sat up there after all of that. Them men hunted that brother down in their pickup trucks with a shotgun and blew him away and took his life. And that woman got up in that courtroom and said his dirty toenails. In other words, this is a filthy nigga. You want that to change? You got to punish them. Not you by your hand, Don't be fooled. They would love that. So they have an excuse to do what they do best, which is murder. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about you pleasing the Most High so that he could do more with these plagues. They talking about the coronavirus coming back this winter, and it's starting to hit. It's on the rise. All in Europe, they protesting because they locking down parts of Europe. It's expanding. You want the Most High to step in and do that. Go back and read in Egypt what took place and how the Most High brought their empire down. You want the Lord on your side, but you're not going to get the Lord on your side when you taking fentanyl, man.
Right.
And killing each other and getting high and popping pills, and you a lust-filled animal, man. You're not gonna get the Most High on your side. And big shout out to Cardi B right quick, because Cardi B did the American Music Award, and for the most part, you understand, I don't expect her to be totally righteous, but for the most part, Cardi B was dressed half-ass decent. For the most part, she still had funny things on her breast and all that. You know what I mean? Okay.
I'm ready. I got the scripture, sir.
Yeah, but yeah, I know what you're saying, but give it to me. Let me. I know where I'm going with it. I'm going to show you something in it.
All
right. Go ahead.
Yes, sir. Colonel Wakan. This is the book of Matthew, chapter 16, verse 3.
What I'm talking about is this. You want compassion from these beasts. You want them to respect you and to do the right thing when it comes to you. They got to be punished to do that. They can't do it in their power and in their spirit of abuse. They got to be crushed by the hand of the Lord to do it. Go ahead, read.
Colonel Wakan, verse 3. And in the morning it will be foul weather today, for the sky is red and lowering. Oh, you hypocrites, ye can discern the face of the sky, but can ye not discern the signs of the times?
You hear what Christ said? You can discern the space of the sky. You could tell when rain is coming. You could watch for rain coming. Black people are asleep in this empire. That's why the scripture said, awake, awake, wake up the mighty men, because you are asleep in this place. You could discern the weather, but you ain't watching for what the Lord is doing with this enemy that's been ruling over you. You understand? Okay, go ahead. Mayhem K8 said, the sheep think the shepherd is their friend. And that's a good point, Oz. That's a damn good point. You understand? Go ahead.
Colonel Wakan, verse 4. A wicked and adulterous generation seeketh after a sign.
Right. A wicked and a perverse generation, you want a sign. You don't want to watch. You want a sign that things will be beautiful. You don't want to watch and see and read what is happening in this empire. The empire is descending into Nazi Germany before your eyes, man. Open your eyes and see it. Go ahead, Al. Give me some more.
And there shall no sign be given unto it, but the sign of the prophet Jonas.
But the sign of the prophet Jonas, which was that Christ died and came back and showed us the plan and the way, man. You understand? Showed us the plan and the way, and that's what we better get ready for. We better grab hold of it quick, because we've been sleep listening to these dumb. I mean, when I think back now, let me tell you something. After the coronavirus, I go back and look at some of those tapes of them preachers, them praise Jesus, slap you on the forehead, heal you preachers. And when I go back and look at it, it is comical to me. Like, these preachers do not know how to go forward because they have had a comedy act going for so long, to where it is ridiculous now when you go back and watch them in the wake of the coronavirus. All that pretend healing and all that bull crap in the wake of the coronavirus, you're like, this was a damn minstrel show. Go ahead, give me some more.
Khan, I have Exodus 12 and 36, sir.
Come on.
Start 35.
Khan. Exodus chapter 12 and verse 35. And the children of Israel did according to the word of Moses.
See what the children of Israel did? They didn't do according to the word of Pharaoh. The Lord ripped us from Pharaoh. The Lord gave us Moses, which was such a blessing to us, Moses was, because Moses steered us away from thinking like this empire, from committing to this empire, from trying to love this empire, from trying to make this empire work for us. Like General Muhammad brought out, the laws are designed to not work for you. Go ahead.
Kana Wakan. And they borrowed of the Egyptians jewels of silver and jewels of gold and raiment.
The Egyptians gave that up because they was broken. They gave that up because they was in fear that them plagues would wipe them out. They gave that up because they was under the terror of the Most High in Christ. They knew all the evil that they had done to us. That like anybody, when you get a beating from God, then your eyes is open on how wicked you've been. But as long as you're able to be wicked and prosper, wicked and successful, wicked and have no punishment, you don't realize how vile you are as a human being. But when that punishment comes, then you recognize how vile you really are. When that punishment comes, then you recognize how you should have been. Then you're willing to do whatever you need to do to respect the Lord's chosen. Go ahead.
Kana Wakan, verse 36. And the Lord gave the people favor.
And what?
The Lord gave the people favor.
You are looking for favor from a murderer. You are looking for favor from a genocidal maniac, when you should look for favor from the Lord. You should turn around and do things that make the Most High on your side. You should do things that make the Lord stand with you. If you come into the truth and learn the knowledge of the truth and go back out of here and become a drug addict, why were you surprised when God killed you? Why would you be shocked at that? We're going to cry for you. We're going to be sad for you. Our heart going to be broken for you, but your dumb ass killed yourself instead of listening to us and doing the things that make the Most High pleased to us. Read it again, that part.
Kana Wakan. And the Lord gave the people favor.
Brother, if the God of the universe give you favor, nobody can stop you.
That's right.
And right now, the God of the universe is not giving black people favor. Every plague, every curse, every disease, every health problem, every bit of oppression, every bit of poverty, every bit of everything is happening to you every single day. You are in a state of madness in this empire. And thanks be unto the Most High that he gave us the ISUPK and the brothers and sisters that's in here. Let me tell you something. Every last one of you that's in this chat room listening to us now that knows what we're saying is true, you are special unto the Most High.
That's right,
and it is a beautiful, beautiful, honorable thing, man. You hear me? And it is worth something, man. And it is worth something that we should hold on to. You understand? 1 second, y'all. Okay. Like that's what you need. Con, I'll straighten that out. Go ahead. Was that it on that?
La, sir, it's more, sir.
Go ahead, read the letter.
Kana Wakan. In the sight of the Egyptians, so that they lent unto them such things as they required, and they spoiled the Egyptians.
Exactly. You understand? The good shepherd is a friend to the sheep. That's what the good shepherd is. The good shepherd loves the sheep. The good shepherd, and that's what Yahawashi is. That's what the Most High is. See, here's what your problem is. Your problem is in this world is you cannot see the Most High standing in front of you, but you do see Al Sharpton and Jesse Jackson.
Right.
But you don't see the Most High. And because you can't see him, you can't understand that he's on your side. Instead, you believe some nigga in a suit, shiny shoes that gas your brain up. Instead of understanding that he is real and just standing there waiting for you to get your ass together. The good shepherd, man, is Yahawashi, brother. And he will lead us in the right direction if we do what he says. You understand? When the shepherd puts the cane out and hits the sheep and sends him to the left, if the sheep go right, he's in danger. He go right and run into the woods. The wolf is out there waiting to kill him and eat him.
Come.
But if he go left with the shepherd, brother, he ends up in the barn where there's safety at, where the wolf can't get in at night. That's you, black man, Latino man, Native Indian man, and woman and child. That's you. And like General Muhammad said, this whole imply, and listen, once again, boy, oh boy, General Muhammad, what General Muhammad brought out was perfect in this, that you are shocked when they operate in laws that are so cruel and genocidal towards you. You shocked that it has. Work the camera, y'all. You shocked that that happens. And you shouldn't be shocked that that happens, because that is the point. You shouldn't be shocked that that happened, because that's the point of those laws. But what you should also understand is that you should stand with the Most High so that he could shift to your side.
Right.
Regardless of their laws. You understand? They had plenty of laws on the books. But guess what they didn't have? When them sheep all died and them frogs piled up to the ceiling, and the botulism, when they had the boils coming out of their ass, the hemorrhoids.
Good. Yeah.
When you wake up in the morning, and half of your intestines is hanging out your ass. Excuse my French. Sorry to be so vulgar.
Not a good morning, sir.
Listen, you so right, General Mayock, and certainly you know God is not with you.
Sure.
You wake up in the morning and your intestines hanging out your ass. Certainly you have to say, surely God is not with me.
God.
Sir.
You understand? So with that being said, that's what you want. And that's what you can have. You can have supernatural power of assistance from the Most High if you please him. Once again, one of the most important scriptures in the Bible is this. The scriptures that say we serve a living God. If you could understand that you serve a living God, brother, then you could do so much better in your life. Because what that means is that you know that you're going to a God that's not a dummy, that's not an idiot, that's sitting there listening to you, that is full of compassion for you because you are his people. And if you can go to that God and tell him, listen, I want to do what's right. Tell me what to do is right to get you on my side. And he'll show it to you in the scriptures like we've been doing in all these amazing classes. And then when you do it, you'll see the coronavirus get worse and you'll wonder what the hell is going on. But what you will not understand is that that coronavirus is getting worse because God is punishing them because he loves you. Like any father. Listen, if you got a badass son and he always running in the street, always not doing what he's supposed to do, always disobeying your orders, and you say, look, man, I'm going to pay. Not only am I going to punish you, but I'm going to sit back, man, and watch you get dealt with because of the evil you do. And then you see that son get his ass completely whipped in the street. Niggas beating him up. He gets strung out on drugs. He get all screwed up. And then one day, he get beat so bad that he come back to you and say, Dad, I was so wrong. I was so wrong. I was so wrong. I should have just did what you said. I could have had a smooth, easy life. I just wanted to be hard-headed and do what I want, and I messed myself up. Please forgive me, Dad. Please forgive me and teach me how to walk right now. Brother, your father is going to cry a tear over you. And he's going to thank the Lord that you have now decided to make a 360-degree turn. In his heart, he has not only won his son back, but he won his son back in the right spirit. Right. And brother, that's what the Lord is asking of you.
That's right, sir.
He's asking you to come back humbly and recognize that being part of this evil world has totally kicked your ass, has totally effed you up. And he's saying, look, man, just come back to me. Just come back to me like any good son, man. I will fix this, man. I will get you right. Ain't a father like Christ said, man. What son asks his father for a loaf of bread and he give him a stone? That's who's ruling in heaven. And if you could get your head right, you could change the world. The Lord stepping. I'm telling you, it's some righteousness going on in this earth because he's stepping the coronavirus back up. He's stepping the beef up with China. He's stepping these white supremacists up. This white supremacist movement coming by Donald Trump and the rest of them, this white supremacist movement is to separate you from them. Like General Muhammad said, these laws are legal. These laws are legal, and guess what? Because these laws are legal, these verdicts are happening right before your eyes. And these verdicts are for you to be shocked. For you to be shocked and for you to recognize, oh, snap, my stupid ass belief that this place was right and fair and just and loved me was a goddamn lie. And I better look elsewhere. And that elsewhere you to look at is that great and holy King, Yahushua, that the Lord sent us to get our world right. Well, I'm telling you, the ISUPK is home of the truth and the greatest place on the face of the Lord's green earth.
That's right, man.
By far. I'm done. Y'all can shut me up. I'm done.
If I go to Young Dolph story, unless we done already.
No, we got time. Come on with it, General. What you got?
What do you have, you die?
I got the Proud Boys, sir.
Okay.
Please. Oh, that's come on.
Honorable Khan, sir. Proud Boys leader wants early release due to horrific DC jail conditions that has him fearing for his life, but judge wants to know why his case differs from others.
Yes.
That boy ain't so proud no more.
Them cheese sandwiches don't make you proud.
Yeah.
Muhammad, them hard cheese sandwiches don't make you proud.
God, that egg sandwich in there in that brown paper bag. That gruel.
That shit better off for a damn pillow if it's a footstool instead of a damn meal. Go ahead.
Honorable Khan, Henry Enrique Terrio, the chairman of the Proud Boys, is asking a judge for an early release from jail. The right-wing extremists grumbled to the court, saying that the jail conditions are inhumane and the correction officers are harassing him.
And so this is the same cat you battled, right?
Yeah. Yes, it is. It's badass Enrique. It's badass Enrique.
Oh man. That's
in
amazing.
a DC federal
So
lockup with every Negro a Negrodom. Like it must be tough being a Proud Boy in the jail cells with all black people. You understand? Like he's such a silly little man. Like it's obvious he don't belong to no white supremacist group. He part of the 12 damn tribes of Israel.
Right.
Clowning on the other side with them. And now catching hell in the cell. And can I add something else if I could, y'all? Let me tell you something. You better know what you committed to. In the I.S.U.P.K, you better be committed to following orders in here because Esau is looking to lock up protesters. He's hoping he wants to lock up all the rioters and protesters he can. He'd like to clear the slate of them. And that's why in the I.S.U.P.K, man, we have such a disciplined order. Because we don't go out and get arrested over pulling down signs and tearing down somebody's Black Lives Matter banner. This clown is locked up in jail for pulling down a Black Lives Matter banner. Like, what a stupid reason to go to jail. Like, we got our heart and purpose is to wake up our brothers and sisters from the nightmare they've been in for 400 years. That's what's important to us. Not trying to be a protester and destroy our, everything that we have worked for to build. You ISUPK captains, man, you continue to hold them camps down with such great discipline and order and respect for the body of Christ, man. It may look, it didn't look for a little while, for a small smidget of a second, it didn't look like the ISUPK had the ball. You had a bunch of Jake groups out there with guns. You got some of them out there with Ahmaud Arbery. They had the AR-15s. They was looking all tactical. You had a bunch of protests, bunch of black dykes running around with black spandex on, talking about black power and all of this. And it looked all good for a second. Joe Biden got in office, they disappeared. But guess what? The ISUPK is on every corner.
That's right, sir.
General Mayat, General Haas went up there to New York, threw it down with the New York camp. Just this weekend, business as usual. Waking up brothers and sisters, calling them out of the darkness and the dirt. And let me tell you something, the ISUPK is particularly good at what we do. If I could, I know I'm going off topic. Y'all bear with me. The ISUPK is particularly good because we go get, not only do we wake up general brothers and sisters and celebrities like Kanye West and others who waking up now because they hear the truth, but we are particularly good at even getting some of the most destroyed black people you've ever met and waking them up and pulling them up out of the ghetto and bringing them back from the dead and bringing them into the truth and breathing the spirit of life into them. And they come out to be amazing people, amazing brothers and sisters. And every now and then we might lose one or two because they just couldn't keep up the good fight. But we pray for every last one of you. Don't turn from the truth. Going back in the world is nigh unto a death sentence. It's nigh unto a death sentence. The Lord said, if you turn back, you was not worthy of this. So don't be a damn fool, okay? So come on with more on that story if y'all don't mind. We short on the time, 8 minutes. Maybe we can do one more after this, possibly. Go ahead.
Honorable Khan, the right-wing extremist has grumbled to the court saying that the jail conditions are inhumane and the correction officers are harassing him.
Once again, sir, if I could, like this fall back to me putting our trust in them hills and the mountains, was these governments of our oppressors and doing it falsely. Hey, this cat knew from talking to you. You can tell he's being swayed and knowing he was making a wrong choice. But he still made that choice to be down with his oppressor, which is why he's suffering the way he's suffering. But it's why Israel going what they're going.
You're right. And it was so dumb, like,
Sir?
Did I cut you off, Salaki, General? I didn't mean to cut you off.
No. Go ahead, sir. I thought you had froze, so you were speaking, General.
I was just gonna say, and he did it based on the murder of his parents. Like he went and joined his oppressor, which was so dumb. That cat Enrique from Proud Boys, he joined the oppressor because Castro and Castro's men fought against the oppressor, and his parents became traitors to the oppressor. And so now he's a Proud Boy joining the oppressor when meanwhile he come from the bloodline of the 12 lost tribes of the children of Israel. That fool he's more dumb than the cats that's walking down the street. The cats that's in the world and lost are smarter than him because he done been turned to the oppressor's side based on his mother and father being traitors against the very people who were trying to fight the oppressor. I'm sure Cuba has all kinds of problems, but Cuba had at least the audacity to stand up to the oppressor and use other oppressors to stop, to arm himself from allowing that oppressor to overthrow him. And brother, that's regardless of what you think, that's still a man that cares about his people. You understand? That's a man that cares about his people. Salakia, y'all go ahead, jump in, please.
If I could, maybe this is for the best, probably, sir, because before he went to prison, he thought that the greatest injustice that he should devote his life to is the fact that high school educated white men weren't being appreciated enough. He thought that was enough to devote his life to, so the world, so that high school educated white men could be proud of being white men. Maybe now that he's seen what blacks and Hispanics are suffering in jail, maybe now he'll become an advocate for prison reform. Maybe now he'll come out of prison and care about someone besides themselves. Things like that are better for selfish people. You see, you, Commander General Yohanna, you yourself were not in slavery, but yet you fight for the slaves that died 200 years ago. You weren't beaten in the 60s. You weren't beaten in the 60s, yet you fight for blacks and Hispanics who were beaten in the 60s. Your children are not in cages.
Right.
But yet you fight for the children in cages. People like Enrique, they only can fight for something that profits themselves or something that they've been through. Well, now Enrique sees what black people are suffering in jail. Maybe now he'll become an advocate for prison reform.
Gun on my gun.
Gone. Damn right. You know, man. Damn right, you know, man. Because when I think about it, Muhammad, I have very few interactions with Edomites and never bad interactions with Edomites. Yet I fight for the suffering of brothers and sisters who go through hell with these Edomites every single day. You understand? By right, I'm
so
supposed
you just
to
remind
own... Go ahead, General, please.
No, I'm not cutting you off. I was going to tell you. No, I'll wait till you're done.
No, go ahead. I'm done. I'm talking too much as it is. Go ahead.
Salaki. I don't see if we're freezing up. You reminded me of some evil statement that I consistently hear but forget to bring up in public. I'm sure all of you have heard some black person say, well, why should I be mad at white people? The person that robbed me was black. The person that shot my cousin was black. Ain't no white man ever did nothing bad to me. The people that hurt me is black people. That is the most terrible and selfish thing that you could ever say. And it is such a slave thing to say.
Yes.
Because, of course, then that means white people should hate all other white people. Because ain't nobody bomb my country but a white man. Ain't nobody make World War I, World War II, the Vietnam War, the Korean War, but white people. So by that logic, white people should hate every other white person because they're always killing other white people in World War I, World War II, Korea, Vietnam, the Mafia, the Irish War, the Boer War over there in South Africa. But white people kill other white people all the time, more than anybody, but they never, ever look at white people as if they're the problem. Your cousin got shot, and in your mind, now you hate other black people because your cousin got shot? Because what? Somebody black stole your car, right? So now because of that, you hate the people who look just like you. Who else would do that? I guess the Japanese should help hate Japanese. Why? Because if you live in Japan, who the hell is robbing you? If you live in Japan, who's stealing your car? If you live in China, who's stealing your car? Who's sleeping with your wife if you live in China? So I guess everybody should hate themselves because everybody hurts their own kind. But you're the only people that think, ain't no white man ever robbed me. I should hate black people and love white people. You are the reason you got robbed.
Right.
You're the reason our community hates each other enough to steal from each other the way white people steal from each other. We would never act like white people or the Chinese or the Africans who eat each other. We would never act like that. People like you. People like you are why we act like them. Otherwise, while white people kill each other, Chinese, Japanese, Africans kill each other, we would be the one race that never would harm each other.
Right.
If not for selfish bastards like you. Salakia, sir.
Brother, give it up. Like what you said is so right. Like we never, as a people, you was gonna say something, Hans? Go ahead, please.
No, I was going to say once again, it falls on the Christian church. That's where it starts from. That selfishness and me syndrome fall and lies in the hands of the Christian church. that lust they push inside of you about me all the time. I got to have. That's where it comes from. It's like, sir.
You can't help nobody till you help yourself, huh?
Cut him up. Cut him up, cut.
And let the church say amen.
Cut him a cut.
Listen, y'all so right. Like we never say to ourselves, which is why Moses was such a genius. Moses came down and looked on his brothers, saw them fighting one another, and he did not blame them. He knew that they were fighting each other because they were oppressed by the Egyptians. He was smart enough to understand that. What is wrong with your dumb ass? You should learn and recognize that that's why you're fighting. That's why you're selling drugs. That's why you're taking the M30 pill. That's why you're a drug addict. That's why you totally screwed up. Because you blame your people and yourselves for the things that have been set up to put you in this condition. You'd have to kill black people for them to realize that there's actually a working, thinking operation to keep them oppressed. To them, that's just a conspiracy theory, when in fact, it is exactly what is happening to you every day in this empire, and it is such a sad thing. But it will not last forever, because we are at the end. And this, what's going on before your eyes, is the punishment and the bringing down of the empires of this society and giving this power into the hands of the Most High. Y'all want to jump in before I close it out?
Sir.
Well, then let me just say this, man. This is the ISUPK. Please pay your tithes and support this truth. Go to ISUPK.com, hit the tithes button, or send me it through the Zelle. You can Zelle us the tithes. Support this truth. Don't send your tithes to any place or anybody else but on ISUPK.com. That's where you pay your tithes at. Support this truth. Keep it up. Hey, man, get ready, y'all, brothers and sisters, for the Passover. It's going to be on the beach. It's going to be insane. They're bringing in the pyrotechnics. They're bringing in the performances. They're bringing in the rappers, man. They're bringing in all the heavy hitters in the building. They're setting up the website. They're spending top dollar for it. It's going to be explosive. I might stay down there a whole week. I'm telling y'all right now, I might spend a week down there. Join us for the Lord's Passover. It's the 53rd annual Passover. You know how hard it is to stand up and resist this beast. And we resist it, man. And we're successful at it. Conscious community, other people have run around, tried to do it. We doing it successfully. Cats talking about they building a school and this and that. We built 40 schools, man. You understand? We got camps and schools everywhere. We bust our ass, man. Camps in other countries, schools. Big shout out to Canada, Trinidad. Big shout out to England, man. Big shout out to St. Thomas in the Caribbean. Big shout out to Mexico on the border, man. Big shout out to all the camps outside the country. And damn sure, big shout out to all the countries, all the camps in the country. Big shout out to my main man, the dog ball. Yo, I got to mention my man, GEN.YAHANNA, man, was so honorable. I read the transcripts of his tape, man. That's an honorable captain out there in California, rolling with Godal Hart in the brotherhood. You understand? Y'all got to check out Inconvenient Truth. You understand? With my main man, brother I.S.U.P.K out there holding it down. All right. Powerful warrior out there. Join us every Monday night. We're doing it up live. The struggle is real. We do it for you. We love you, man. We love the 12 tribes. We know the danger you in. The world is coming apart. We want to see you on top. Let's all serve the Most High together, man. I'll see y'all next time live on the UPK. Oh, big shout out to the posse up in the building, man. From Taiwan, coming all the way up from Delaware. Of course, the heavy hitters in the building. Y'all know General Muhammad, General Hazayan. They need no introduction, man. Got Yediah up in the building. Ibad and Marah and all the warriors up in there, man. Hey, listen, man. Bring this family together, man. I want to see y'all live in the building with us, man. On Passover. Let's do it up in April, man. Can righteousness live up in this place? You damn right it can. I'll see y'all next time live on the UPK, y'all.
Yeah.
Even though I don't know you, I'm not letting nobody sell you crack. You know why? Because I never saw you before. But you a black man like me. And it's worth something.
This is Blackwatch with Commanding General Yahanna, the only man to lead blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans.
God made man on this earth. The white man he make man. God made man. God want man to obey him.
Bringing you real news.
We don't need a black man in the White House. We need a black man in every black house.
For many years, there's a lot of black people who didn't realize how deep the racism of white America was.
You ain't gonna do nothing unless you decide where you gonna stand at the most high.
This station is now the ultimate power in the universe.
Righteous solutions to issues plaguing our nation.
Boy, you better wake up and see the power that is within blacks, Latinos, and Native Indians.
Join us every Monday from 9 to 11 p.m. Blackwatch. Let the show begin.